This is from the in-laws subreddit. I finally confronted and spoke my mind to my mother-in-law today for the first time, and it went better than I thought. Trigger warning, miscarriages are discussed in this story. If it's not for you, by all means, please roll on and we'll see you in the next one. I am so proud of myself. This is the first time I have ever confronted my mother-in-law. Usually husband does it, but his family knows how to guilt him, so there's never been any positive outcomes. For background, me and my husband have had 2 pregnancy losses in the last 8 months and now have a healthy pregnancy. Since we had 2 losses, this time around, we ended up just texting family to announce, besides our parents, because the excitement of calling was worn off from the history of calling and then having to call back and tell people later on that we lost. Husband's sister is 4 years younger than him. And when he texted her about the pregnancy, she said congrats, but in the same text complained that husband chose to text her instead of call her. We were annoyed, obviously. She made a happy comment about us into her being a victim. Plus, she didn't even reach out to me to say congrats. When we found out the gender, we called mother-in-law, who was excited and said, "You should make sure to call your sister to tell her." Husband said he'll just text her. Mother-in-law emphasized that we should make sure to call her. So clearly, sister-in-law had called mother-in-law to complain about our form of delivery of the news as well. Husband reluctantly called his sister. She didn't answer. So he texted her to tell her the gender. She never responded because she was clearly being petty. On to today. We were at my niece's birthday party. Everything was fine. Mother-in-law brought up that sister-in-law called her bawling the other day. Husband asked if it was because we texted her to announce, and she said yes. Husband then said that sister didn't even respond to our gender reveal text to her. Mother-in-law said probably because she was still hurt. Not sure if it was the pregnancy hormones or what, but I couldn't hold my tongue. I blew up a bit. I was shaking. I was so nervous and mad. And my voice was even shaking, trying to hold back tears of frustration. I told mother-in-law that if sister-in-law wanted a closer relationship with us, she could try harder. I told her sister-in-law has no reason to act like the victim when we were the one who experienced 2 losses. And our texting was more of a reflection on our loss of excitement. And she does not need to take it personal. Then I asked her if she was aware that sister-in-law hadn't even reached out to me to congratulate me yet. And asked her if she was aware that our announcement wasn't just met with happiness, but semi-happiness and then confrontation about how she was upset with the way we told her. I stated sister-in-law couldn't even give us the moment of happiness without making it about her. I said it's beyond frustrating that she's trying to tell us how we need to talk and announce our news to sister-in-law when sister-in-law couldn't even pretend to be happy when we called her to tell her that we were engaged, and that she just replied with, "That's great, brother. I have to go to work now." I then said, from here on out in our family, we only give what we get, and we're not getting a whole lot from her, so that's the relationship we're reciprocating. Mother-in-law was speechless. She almost started to cry. She apologized and said she didn't mean to make me mad, and she said she didn't know that this was an ongoing issue. Then turned to my husband and said, maybe it's best if he talk it out with his sister and let her know how we've been feeling. I told her he can definitely do that, but it's not her problem to worry about, and she needs to stop defending her poor behavior and start caring about our feelings. She hugged me. She said she was sorry again and that she loved me. That was not the reaction I was expecting. I am so used to her doing the Darvo reaction on my husband and making him usually be the one to apologize. And nothing ever gets resolved. So this was an unexpected reaction from her. I apologized to her husband when he left for blowing up on his mom, but he thanked me and said it seemed like she needed to hear it from someone other than him to actually listen and understand our perspective. He then joked that my mom instincts are coming out to protect our family from toxicity, and that it was awesome that I butted in to defend him and us. Anyways, just wanted to share. I usually share bad things about my in-laws, so wanted to share the positivity of this impulsive rage. Oh, congratulations on OP. I bet it felt really good at the end when you realize after getting all your feelings out that she wasn't as scary as you may have thought. She did also say somewhere else that not for 1 second did she feel guilty, which is what she knew the sister's goal was. OP said, I've learned her ways, luckily. Husband was over her immediately after her response to our news. It had to reach him. It had to teach him her attitude and behaviors are not normal. And he has finally come around to that idea. So OP, here's what I'm going to say. Moving forward, because she drives you nuts, I know she drives your husband nuts too, but that's his sister. Moving forward, she only gets information from your husband, or if you happen to have her on your socials, from there. She wouldn't even get text messages from me at this point for information because of how she acted. That could change in the future if she changes her attitude. But the same way you said that you are not giving more than you're receiving, okay. She's not giving anything but disdain and no interest. So you don't have to give her any attention at all. When she gets upset because she hasn't heard something, giving what we got. Best of luck.